So I'm gonna do like a kind of like custom NHL build series where it's just like your guys' builds that you like to use.
Okay.
Which I assume you probably have like a couple.
No, I'd probably just go with my my two-way forward build, my center build, just because that's what I almost always use. So.
Do you use a different one for like threes or anything?
Threes, I kinda go back and forth. Like sometimes I'll use my Dangler class, but then I'll really hate it when we go against those teams who just are really good at hitting.
Yeah.
So I'll just go back to my two-way forward. Okay, no, I don't have 214, I have 210.
210? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so 1 pound up, you lose a little speed.
So, 1 pound up, I lose 1 acceleration and 1 agility.
Yeah.
And if I keep going down weight, if you look from 210, I'm not losing anything on that right side until I hit 205. Yeah, which doesn't really give me a huge. It gains 1 endurance and and loses a strength, which isn't that big of a deal to me, right?
Yeah. So yeah, what traits do you use?
Right now, I'm doing offensive-minded 2 and beast mode 2, and then marathon man.
Offensive-minded 2, beast mode 2, and then. What is the specialty?
Marathon man.
Of course, yeah.
But let me make sure, because sometimes I kind of switch a little bit. Because like I used to use hockey IQ 2 all the time.
Yeah. So you basically do like the opposite of what I do for like my puck moving defenseman build. So like puck moving is more like of an offensive build for a defenseman. So I give it the primary trait defensive minded too, just so it's like, so you basically have like a defensive build where you gave it offensive minded.
Yeah.
To kind of counterbalance that.
Yeah, so offensive minded gives you more puck control, more offensive awareness, and you lose a little stick checking and defensive awareness.
But it's like already good with the two-way build, so you're still like
exactly
you're
not
over
really
80s
that
on
much.
everything. Except for I'm kind of surprised like at that size your body checking is only 71, you know.
That's the big issue, because the only way you're gonna get a big bump in body checking is by the build, not by your height and weight. Like, it almost doesn't matter.
It does affect it a little bit, but yeah.
No,
right.
it does affect
much.
it a little bit, but not as much as it should. Like, if I go the smallest grinder possible, I'll be at, I think it's like 80 body checking, or like 79, where I'm still 15 pounds lighter and 3 inches shorter than this guy. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. I don't like how the body checking is.
I've also found that, like, I don't know, like, I've done builds in the past where, like, I think I had my Barkov build was a lot like this build, where it was like,
yeah, that's kind of where I got some inspiration from it, the Barkov build. I really like that build.
Yeah, me too. But I found, like, the body checking rating doesn't actually matter that much. Like, if you're big, you'll still, like, body guys.
I agree with you. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And honestly, with the way hitting is now, I mean, I get so many charging and all those penalties that it'd be out the ass if I chose one of those builds.
Yeah, that's probably
why
true.
I don't use a power forward or a grinder. It'd be just ridiculous. And it's enough with this, where it's like, I don't have to totally annihilate a guy. I could just be big enough and knock him off the puck. And then that's kind of where my puck control comes in, where I choose beast mode with the offensive minded. I really went offensive minded because it gains puck control as well as offensive awareness.
Yeah.
Because I always used to use hockey IQ. Like, I really like hockey IQ, because if I chose hockey IQ as my first one, I'd have 90 offensive awareness, 92 defensive
Yeah, yeah.
awareness. Where if I go offensive minded, I get 88 offensive awareness and then a big boost to puck control. So,
Dude,
I don't know, that's a toss up.
one thing that pisses me off and that like a lot of people have talked about is like how hard it is to boost your shooting stats. Like defensive minded tanks your shooting stats, but offensive minded does nothing for shooting. Like, isn't that so lame?
Doesn't offensive minded...
It doesn't boost shooting at all. It has no effect.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. And there's way too many traits that tank your shooting.
Yeah, most
things.
stats. Almost every
offensive
offensive stat, it's like 6 of the 8 traits that you can pick in the offensive category tank your shooting. Which, like,
it's almost why I didn't even want to choose beast mode, because that tanks it too. But
yeah.
It goes.
Yeah, do you feel like your shot is like bad?
I mean, I've never felt like my shot was good at any class I did.
Yeah. Dude, my theory is, I don't know, like, the more I play goalie, the more I'm like, god damn, like, if shooting stats were any higher, like, every game would be like 10 to 8. Because just, like, there's so many times where you're there as the goalie and it just goes through anyway.
But
I think that's why they did that.
Yeah. But, like, what class really has a good shot besides sniper? Like, I'd argue maybe power forward has a pretty
power forward is the best, or the second best, yeah. What is it what is your puck control and what is your wrist shot accuracy if you make the secondary trait beast mode 1?
Okay.
So then it'd be 81, 89 instead of 79, 91. Which I don't know. It'd make your shot a little better, and you'd still have really good puck control. I don't know. Yeah, it would make your accuracy 2 points better. I've like tinkered around with shit like that, and people are always like, "Why'd you pick like 1? Why wouldn't you pick the one that's better?" Because it's like just because I like balancing like the minus sometimes too.
I mean, I could see that being.
But it's like I don't know how much of a difference you would really feel. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, like, is there a bigger difference between going from 2 more points in puck control, 89 to 91? Like, I really like puck control, because that's my game. So, that's why I do it. Like, I don't shoot that much.
Dude, I never care about wrist shot stats, personally.
That's the thing, especially
I'll get a playmaker build and just give it one-time wonder, and then I can just rip one-timers just fine, you know?
Yeah, I wish I could go one-time wonder, but I'm also not one of those guys that stands around waiting for pucks to shoot, so I don't know.
Yeah, true.
But, and also wrist shot accuracy, it's like when you're playing 6s, how accurate do you need to be with a wrist shot sometimes? Most of my wrist shots, I'm not actually even shooting to just score or snipe, you know what I mean? It's so hard to snipe against a human, so it's like, why do you need that? I love the idea of offensive awareness, and that's always what I've used, but I really don't exactly know what that's doing all the time.
Supposedly, this is my understanding, is that offensive awareness gives you a slight boost to everything in the offense category. And defense, like, same. Like, gives you a slight boost to everything in the defensive category. But it's, like, so it's impossible to quantify, you know? It's always been that way. Like, dude, do you remember back in, like, old gen, like 14 and all those games? There was a stat called poise. And it was like, what the fuck does this do? Like, does that like boost your stats like in clutch situations, or like they got rid of it? But it was like offensive and defensive awareness, where it's like I have no idea what this actually does. You know?